All right, as always, here's the risk disclosure. Trading futures is risky. Know what you're doing before you do it, and you can lose all your money. Also, this live stream is not financial advice. It is for educational purposes only, and the live stream is not intended to copy my trades. Good morning, everybody. How are y'all doing? Morning, Flip, Jim, Daniel, Tommy, Vegas, Fernando. Hope everybody's doing good. Hey, Leo, good morning. See if we can get something good today. We have a bunch of news coming up. The U.S. news is not high, but we have a lot of high-impact Canadian news that can give us a little jump in the market, so I will definitely be cautious of that. Trying to finish setting up my trade copier here. It's running a little behind this morning. Morning, Johnny. Okay. I think I'm all set here. All right, we may be getting a simplicity long here, but let me... One second. Okay. All right, I think I'm all set now. So let's look at the 30 tick here. We have a nice trend we've been on all morning, pretty much. Pull back here, we have triple clusters. So this simplicity may go, but because I'm just getting on and checking everything out, I'm going to let it go and I'll just look for an LRE. No HD here, so I'd expect this to come back up to these pause and then maybe hesitate. Looking at the 10, man, look at these levels down here. All this OP, we just broke up through here. So we do have a simplicity, so... And I believe this should run back up to this area. So if I get a pullback in here, I may take it. Make sure I have all my stuff right. Okay. Then we are getting close to that news too, so we'll probably get a little jolt from that news. Morning, Jimmy. So pullback would be about 284 right now. So that's what I do like is it broke through this and come back down to test this area. And we have enough room to get profit before this paw up here. So I do like that. Those are the flux levels. So I changed my flux levels to that, like a darker pink for the support and the lighter pink for the the upper levels there. So those are my 60 to 40 flux levels. Okay, we have a pullback here. I don't like it though. Because the 10 tick bar hasn't even had a full reversal. And we have this cluster here. I just don't like this setup. I'm just going to wait till after this news comes out in a couple minutes. We have a lot of red eye zones right here where we're at too. So I'm just going to wait. See, this is the area where I would have wanted it to be. About right here where it came to. Right here between where this magnet is and this wall is where I would have wanted the LRE to be. Morning, John. And like I said, now we're about probably less than 2 minutes or a minute away from the news now. So better to wait. Need to do a double check on earnings. Let's check earnings real quick while we wait. Today is the 18th, so we have Goldman already came out at 7:40 a.m. So that's probably why we had that big run up. We already had Johnson and Johnson. Okay, that's those two. Netflix is this afternoon. Okay, so 2 more this afternoon, but other than that, should be good to go. Nice, Vegas. Yep. That is not you anymore. Excuse me. Yeah. And don't, if it doesn't happen today, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, just keep taking it one day at a time and trade the way you normally trade. Oh, actually, yeah, you're right, Leo, because this move started at the London Open pretty much. So, yeah. Yeah, I was looking too far back. All right. So we have that news. I'm going to wait a couple minutes because I've seen many times where Canadian news or some other type of news has a slightly delayed effect by a few minutes. And if it doesn't, then great. I'm really not getting much of a read right now either because we have such a, move up and then all these clusters here, a couple clusters here. So kind of this zone at this 293 back down to 263. This is like a 30-point zone I kind of am not very interested in, to be honest. And we have the 0.5 deviation smack dab in the middle of it. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Oh man. Yeah, that hurts, Vegas. Good job, Jean. That's what you got to do. Just keep trading, and if that next trade that wins puts you in the funded status, ends up losing, then you can't. You just have to try to not let that affect you, and can't make it worse. Just walk away if that's the end of your trading, and then come back. All right, we have a simplicity here. It did bust above. We do have ODD on the 30 right now, so I am going to wait. We haven't had the 50 tick breakout bar yet either. So, okay, now we have a 50 tick breakout bar, but 50 tick breakout bar there. See, the 30 tick, as it was barely pushing above, was at 30% ODD. So I wanted to wait. The DR is high down here, but I wanted to wait a little bit. I'd rather wait and see if this will actually go and then get an LRE. Because also we have right here 13,300. So, I mean, it's pretty clear above, but I want to make sure it's not going to be a fake out like yesterday. Dang, $6 away. Okay, we have a potential TX short here, and that's where a Lorex, an LRE would be. I'm not taking this LRE because on the 10 tick, we have this Lorex short. 30 tick, we have ODD with a TX, potential TX right there, and it laid a green eye block, and it's at 55%. So I don't like that. Red absorption X above it. So that's why I skipped this one. And it's pushing right back down into that zone a little bit. I'd actually, wasn't even thinking, but this was probably a good short. This simplicity short right under this ZOI here. It gave an early entry. I missed it though. Wasn't even thinking about it actually. We have nice ODD on the 30. Right there. With a TX short. And then that Lorex short on the 10. Yeah, that was a nice little move down. Made it just short of that 300 level. Got to 298.75. Yeah, there's a lot of signals for a good to take that early entry simplicity. It stopped though, right where those clusters are on the 30. It came right down to the top of the cluster to the left, and it got hung up there. So far, there's a lot of exhaustion up in this area though, so we'll see what happens. Good morning, Ezra.
Potential TX on NQ. Double cluster NQ.
No, this account, I started it the first of the year, around the first of the year. So this is day, I think, 63. In real days, trading days, it's like day 41 or something like that. But I only trade this one pre-market, with the 1 hour before the open. And January was bad, was a bad month. I think it was down a few hundred. Had to recover that. But yeah, all my other accounts, my funded accounts, I trade it also later in the day. I just can't stream it.
Potential TVS on NQ.
All right, let's see. What are we going to do, NQ? See if it comes back up and tests that top there. Which means if it does, because you can see simplicity is lining up to go long. I mean, I guess technically this is an entry here. But if it does push through, I won't take an entry here. I'll just have to wait for an LRE. Yeah, Tommy. Yeah, I trade. I also trade early afternoon, like right towards the end of lunchtime. My other accounts, or else I wouldn't be able to make any money. With how pre-market's been this year, it's been kind of hasn't been so great. It's had some good moments, and then many days of no trading too. Yeah, I just can't commit to a time, an exact time on my early afternoon trading. And I also don't always take a trade early afternoon either, because I basically, the best time of trading, absolutely can't trade it. the open up until around 10:30, 11 o'clock. I just can't. So got to do with what I can. Yeah, that's my main goal with these is to, well, not only show how I read the market with Apex order prints, but to try to show discipline and patience. Because I had none of that for the first 2 years of my trading. Even I started recording myself trading before I even, went to YouTube, just to watch myself on camera, watch my emotions, my reactions to, to every trade I took, to losses, to wins. Then you go back and watch that video and you're like, ooh, I don't remember saying all those curse words.
Potential TX on NQ. Potential double TX on NQ. Potential OP rejection on NQ. Double cluster NQ.
All right, let's see if it's going to pop or not. Trying to see if we'll get a pop above this. Might be getting a little sniper short setting up here too. Get a little double TX, double Lorex maybe. If this bar closes short on the 10. It might break up though. Maybe not. I actually would not mind a reset first and then go long. So here's the simplicity chart. Just kind of getting sideways. We either need to bust through or, let's see. Yeah, this might close short. This has the components that you want for a Lorex. Coming right off that green eye block, laying a paw, absorption X. YM has been on a downtrend.
Trap orders with exhaustion box on NQ.
I actually just closed my YM chart and started adding back the CL chart. Because in the morning, I never really go to YM. Hardly ever go to anywhere other than NQ anyways. Yep. Double Lorex.
Potential TX on NQ.
This one might be the one to push us, keep pushing us down if it comes down. Because we got this little coil chop with more exhaustion. I might be hopping in the simplicity short here. If it comes down below 290, gives me an entry below that or around that.
Double cluster NQ.
Yeah, there's huge divergence on the 50. A lot of signals saying this will probably or might come down short. I just really want this entry to be below 290, preferably. If I take this short, you see it getting a little sideways here. Just the DR divergence steadily making its way up, but the DR down here is just way down. Big time divergence there. See what happens. The only concern going down for the moment is those 3 clusters, triple clusters on the 30. But it already went down and tested it once. The top one, so. Those 3 right there. I tested it right there. Got a little bit of a cross here on the simplicity now. Simplicity is pretty ugly. Well, NQ got stuck for now. Yeah, Jimmy. Pumped the brakes on NQ. Yeah, Leo, on the 30 tick, that's why this right here on my 10 tick, this is printed from the 30 tick. That's the Paul and ZOI. So it's just, yeah, stuck right there. Right, unknown trader? Well, yeah, when that 10 tick's not moving, then all right. Maybe you wanted to go up there and test that area one more time. Let's see. Let's see if this is the move now. Good morning, David. Well, we're getting close to 9 a.m., so maybe we'll get that little 9 a.m. volume push. Get us somewhere. The 30 tick did create a nice little almost stack here. This 2 Pauls and I block. Might get a simplicity short.
Potential TX on NQ. Trap orders with exhaustion box on NQ.
Just looking at this simplicity, how sideways it's getting right here, and just that's what I don't like. Yep, we have a cluster right where we're at on the 30. You can see all the orders here.
Potential TVS on NQ.
Whole bunch of orders. Loading up with orders. Might scalp this simplicity here. Because if this can close at 285 on the 30 tick, that'd be a Lorex short. The trapped orders went away, but still, could probably scalp it down to this wall, or at least 82.75 area. There's those clusters on the 30, so I'm just going to keep my eye on that. It's hitting that area that I mentioned, so go ahead, tighten up there. Oh, it knocked me out. It got real close to that wall. I could have stayed in it, but see, this is the area I was looking at, seeing it laid a cluster right on it. See this right here where these mini magnets are? That's what I was saying, 282.75. So I tried to tighten right there, but it came down. It was just real close, knocked me out, but little scalp. Not much. As you can see, it only turned out because I did it with 5 micros. That's good, $45 or so per account.
Potential TX on NQ.
I wasn't expecting that one to go too far, so that's why, like I said, just a quick scalp. I was trying to get that wall. Let me go back right here, which it did go to the wall, but since it hesitated and hit those made those clusters. That's why I just went ahead and tightened up, threw my stop there. And you can see it's rejecting, and now there's double clusters right there. So I don't think the 30 tick quite closed 288. No, I got in a few points before it closed. Momentum started pushing, but I waited because, see, this is the first time the two lines right here really angled down nice and gave a good break below. So that's why I entered in. That's the first time it really gave a clean push, and it was below this Paul and ZOI that I was looking at on the 30 tick. So it gave a nice push finally below those on the 30, looking left. And it gave that nice angle with the break on the simplicity chart. So that's why I got in right there. But then, of course, the 30 tick did close, which helped. So now I'm not going to take an LRE just because, or not right here anyways, because looking left on the 30, we're back in this area where it had laid a lot of OP. So it could come right down to this deviation, because we have the deviation, it could chop around a little bit here. So if I took an LRE, it would be up around 285. And I really don't trust it just to keep coming down. I don't like taking LREs in the middle of zones or ranges, especially if there's all this back here to the left. I really don't like that much. There wasn't a JFT, Leo. It needs a mini magnet for a JFT. So we have, it had a paw right here on this bar. If that was a mini magnet, that would have been a great JFT. That bar laid a mini magnet? This bar right here laid a mini magnet? At 836.29? It has to be a brand new mini magnet, not an existing one. You see, for simplicity, it's getting a little sideways again right here at the dev. So this is not an LRE I would take. Okay. Yeah, that one's a I block. On your JFT? What do you mean? Talking about the 50 tick chart? This one? All right. Price is trying to continue short. As we can see, we have all these order prints right down here. It's probably going to come down to it. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I like to keep mine clean. All I have on it is the DR and the deviations. Of course, I'm not taking another LRE or anything. in here because, again, same thing. We're in this little area. Even if it pulled back or whatever, I got to go through the deviation. I mean, even though it's likely to come down and hit these order prints, but doesn't mean it'll be clean because we know deviations could create chop, as it did right here. CL made a nice little move up and down. That market's open. That's why I added CL back to my chart as well. Because see, market opens at 9 a.m.
Double cluster NQ.
It's 9:11 right now. Probably won't see much else for the morning, being where we're at right now. With the OP that's around us, not expecting anything else. All right, we've reached those order prints now. Let's see what happens. Like I said, I highly doubt it's going to just bust right through and keep going, but never know. If it does, I'll look for an LRE to pull back and take a short off of it. No, CL, same thing. Just look for simplicity in LREs. I mean, you can. I know people that take Lorex trades on CL that do really well. It's just my preference. Seeing like, I got out of my simplicity trade around here, but then it broke short. So technically, you can see simplicity technically never closed, right? Because it never closed across the solid line. So you can still be in that simplicity trade. But see how I got sideways here? Just sideways, sideways, sideways. It's better to take your profit and then just wait for it to continue and get a pullback. So you're not sitting there in chop and anticipation and waiting. See you, Vegas. Have a good one. $9.15. Just gonna give it a few more minutes here to see if it'll actually come down or not.
Potential TX on NQ. Trap orders with exhaustion box on NQ.
I still don't like this little area though. Its simplicity looks like it wants to go back long, but you gotta be careful. We have a wall here, and the 10 tick has tons of HD right now. Yeah, they are powerful. Actually, I need to refresh.
Potential TX on NQ.
Now this is a TX short that I like with all that HD. Not taking it, but it's a ton of HD. Would prefer a mini magnet on it, but man, that's a lot of HD. No, I mean, it's still HD if it has one, but I mean, it's still a trade. It's just trades are stronger when they have mini magnets to push off of things. So like even if that didn't have a mini magnet and it closed down, would be fine. But like now it's at the wall, and if it gives them, an ET, because basically that's like an ETX, but mini magnets, are pushing away or attracted to. So anytime I have a trade with a mini magnet on it, I love it like so much more. Yeah, Lori taught me to fall in love with mini magnets. See, now on the 30, this could be a signal that we came down here to these pawls. So if this bar that we're on now, see how it's trying to lay this mini magnet, it has this pink marker meaning potential if it closes down. It went away now, but what I look at for a signal is if this bar started coming down and left that mini magnet right here where these clusters are, that would tell me, okay, if that bar closes down, that mini magnet's going to be pushing off of that area where those clusters were, close down, then we'll probably get a run short. But as you can see, that didn't happen. Still could happen, but and a paw is nice too, but it's just not as strong as a mini magnet. But those are the type of signals I look for. And it is 9:20, so it's going to be a morning for me. Because I'm not looking to take a long here. Because we got conflicting signals with a long, all this HD here. I mean, it might just go up, but being this close to the end of my session, I don't want to get in something like that. So, only made a little over 8 ticks. And that's 0.4 because I took that trade with micros, 5 micros. But recovered a little bit from yesterday. No big deal. It's only Tuesday. So we have the rest of the week. But yeah, thanks for joining me as always. I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. Have a great rest of y'all's day and trade well. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Take care.